Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering the LEC Summer 2024 split. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by Caps. Once again, the G2, the mid-laning for G2 esports were coming off of a loss to BDS2 and the first week of set split. So, Caps, really appreciate you taking the time. Unfortunate that the final game ended the way it did, but covering that first and foremost. How are you feeling? How are you taking in the result?
Yeah, I mean, definitely not the result we wanted right this week. I think we definitely coming in a bit slow, and I think we're having some weak performances. I think sure we could have definitely won. I think both the last two games, but I think the way we play is very shaky. So I think we are gonna try our best to clean it up, and I mean, it's just not good enough, right? I think that's the main takeaway from the first week.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, going 1-2. I mean, sure, it's not an ideal start, but it's one that obviously you guys wanted it another way. You mentioned a little bit of just issues, then I'm gonna give you the obvious follow up on that. Biggest contributors, biggest causes for the team to start off in a pretty not so good start.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely like a bit behind the meta. I think we don't really know exactly what we want. I think we some things feel similar to MSI, but at the same time, a lot of things have changed, and I think have definitely been slow to pick up the meta. I think usually that's a big strength of ours, but I think this time around we're definitely struggling a bit. So I think we really just need to find our footing and find like a base we can have specifically in draft, and then I think we can do better. I mean, I still think our drafts have been good. I just think we're not too. I don't want to say familiar with them, but I think we're just kind of getting lost in I guess a lot of the pre-game discussions and stuff like that to figure out like what we want to do. And yeah, there's so many options this meta. It feels like so. Usually that's where we shine, but this time around it sadly feels like we maybe want to go opposite directions. So I think we just need to find something to do together and something we can believe in.
Comparing how you viewed the meta from MSI and MSI to now, as you sort of already touched a little bit on that, what do you think was the biggest difference that you've seen from your perspective in just comparing how the state of the game was following MSI to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest changes was of course like the mid patch update, right? I think some of the notable things was like of course Corgi getting his rework, but stuff like the jungle XP going up, botlane XP going up, which has like enabled a lot more carry junglers I've been seeing, especially like the AP junglers. Today we had like they played like the Talia jungle. They like flexed it around on us, but I think just in general, if I don't know the things I don't feel like I have a great like the best view on the meta. If so, I think we could definitely um have a much stronger performance because and it's not just about the draft, it's just about like how the champions interact with each other, right? And I think I think we are just a bit slow and a bit uncertain, I think. And again, that comes from us not exactly knowing, but in game it feels like we are very indecisive. We're not just like committing to something. We're kind of just like this last game. I feel like we were just giving up a lot of stuff, and then that all comes back to the general vibe, like the feeling we have as a team. If we go into the game and we're feeling a bit uncertain, a bit like unsure, then that can translate into the game as well, right? And I think we're definitely lacking some commitment. I think just like some just doing it. Especially doing things together as a unit. And I think if we do that for next week, we will do a lot better. But it's definitely like something we have to overcome for now.
It's so much like a combination of things, just not kind of working together to just present G2 to be in the usual state that you guys have been playing at, right? That does feel like it for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely feeling a bit shaky. I think we need to get some more games into more games in, and we need to have some good plays that we can do together, and really just emphasizing on doing things as a unit, right? And also being aggressive as a unit, because I think we were lacking that this game. They were definitely playing with a lot more confidence than us, and they got a lot of big leads from it.
Yeah, for sure. I want to kind of translate or more so move from a little bit from focusing on uh, today, this week in the LC to now, just sort of rewinding back to moving on from NSI. Going finishing top four, pretty not a pretty but a very good showing from G2, and just seeing that improvement on the international level compared to how it was last year. How do you guys kind of move on from that to now in just having to recharge, recover, kind of get reassessed or refamiliarized with yourself with your LEC opponents and all of that? Just I think how have you transitioned from back then to now?
I mean, I think we definitely had we had a boot camp. We were doing a lot of talking, right? A lot of thinking about what went well, what went wrong at MSI, and I think the first part of the year, and what we wanted to do better, and what we want to have more focus on going into summer and for Worlds as well, and what we need to take the next step so we can actually challenge, um, challenge T1, so we can challenge Genji and ideally do well at Worlds. So I think that was a lot of what we were talking about, and I think then going into our scrims, I think we were just falling a bit short because again things have changed a lot and we have maybe some different views. We need to kind of align on things, and I think when we have that same view on the game, I think we are very strong. But when we are a bit indecisive, then it can show on the game, right? And I think that's what we're gonna focus on.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All the things that you were talking about. Hopefully, you guys are able to just get back to the usual speed, recover, and just get back to the old G2, the dominant kind of G2 that everyone else has kind of been familiar with up to now. I want to take a little bit of a different direction through this, and just sort of cover your thoughts on a few different things outside of just LEC and moving on from MSI. As I'm sure you're familiar, just sort of Hall of Legends and how that kind of everything that kind of surrounds that, and just Faker being the first person to be inducted in that, and in observing that, there's plenty of talk about how who would be next and who would be the next person up, who would be in consideration for that kind of thing, and um, one of the names that have been popping up, of course, is yourself. Once that time, for you to retire, and then um, you get into consideration. When exactly are you going to be into that? So, for you, just covering your place, should you make it, where do you think you think you can, where do you think you will be at in terms of just timing, just when you will be inducted, and sort of where do you kind of see your chances of being in that kind of Hall of Legends team?
I mean, I think my goal has always been to win Worlds, right? I think that's what I joined the ELCS back in the day for, and I have been close, but not quite there. And it's still my dream, my goal, and I think I think Hall of Legends. I mean, that's a whole another story, right? I think that's obviously big congrats to Fager. I think he obviously deserves it. He is. I mean, he's just been insane, and he has won so many worlds. So if I can win as many as he has, then maybe that is where I can join the Hall of Legends. But yeah, I think definitely just focuses on getting to worlds, right, and focuses on doing well at worlds and how we can become as strong as possible. And then I think if we do that, then obviously at some point, Hall of Legends, it can happen. But first, definitely have to win a few worlds.
I feel some people would say that you being able to compete well on in the international level, winning MSI, I think that would be enough by itself. But by how you see it, I mean, for you, if you don't win worlds, then maybe in your mind you not might not be considered.
I mean, I think that's I mean, it's not something I really have thought about, to be honest. I think I mean, is it I mean, I don't know how the whole Legends how it works, right? but I definitely think there's a lot of people that deserve it more than me right now. But obviously, I will look to change that. I will look to do well this summer and this Worlds, and maybe those are like empty words right now after a tough week. But we will definitely look to improve, and I will look to improve. And I want to be the best, right? And I think I don't deserve. I don't think I deserve a Hall of Legends right now. I think definitely Faker is the one who deserves it. I think if I do very well this summer, if I do well at Worlds, right? If I do well next Worlds, because I think there's only like one a year that gets it, and I definitely think there's a lot of people that deserve it before me. So I think all I can do is just climb my way up, by by doing well.
I want to squeeze in one more question, a really quick one. If you could have the chance to pick the first person from the West to get into the Hall of Legends, who would that be and why?
I'm not sure. I think it would, for me, it would depend a lot on like what the criteria is exactly. Because I'm not sure about that. I think for me growing up, because I think some people were talking about like retired players and stuff like that, and for me growing up, I guess I think XPK was like the big guy, right? He obviously did the backdoor, and I think there are a lot of players in his caliber as well that I would think of. I think in like the last few years, I would definitely think of myself from the West. But I think, yeah, I guess it just depends on like which timeline you want to think about it from, right? And yeah, and again, I think for me, like getting like the whole legend would just be a bit weird as well, because especially if, I mean, at least if, I don't know how it works exactly, but if it would be with skin as well, it would be a bit weird, because I really want to win Worlds again, and I think, getting a skin would be part of that. But if I were to just get it received, it would feel I mean, obviously I would be grateful, but at the same time, it would also feel like maybe I'm like not giving up, but then if it feel bad in the sense that like, oh, I didn't earn the skin, at least not in the same way as winning Worlds. So I definitely have my eyes on Worlds, and I think that's all that matters for now for me.
No, I really appreciate you giving me that insight and your thought process on that kind of thing. Caps, really do appreciate you taking the time, just answering all my questions,
Thank you for this
covering
too.
many things. And yeah, best of luck goes to you and the rest of the team for next week.
Thank you.